Hey guys, here we are in F1 Manager 22, and as we approach the final race weekend in Abu Dhabi, I wanted to analyze how our first season has gone, evaluate the team's performance, and show what progress has been made for the next season. To start off, let's look at our team rating. So this team rating basically shows how well we've done in previous seasons, and you can see that we're in the second highest tier, so we have some pretty high expectations. Looking at our constructors results from previous seasons, we finished 4th last year, and our highest driver championship result was 6th place. So let's see if we were able to continue the success this year. Looking at our results, we were actually 11th and 12th in the drivers, so we're not performing as well as last year. We don't have any podiums or wins, but we did get a 4th place in Miami, so we do have some good results. Looking at our development, though, most of it's been towards facilities, over 3 times as much as the car development. And the reason for that is the facilities just take a lot less time to develop than the car development. And so you're waiting like 2 or 3 months for a car part to develop, and so you're just able to continuously develop the facilities. So that's why just a lot more money has been towards the facilities. Now let's head over to the standings, which is probably what you came here for. Leading the constructors is Red Bull by 6 points, and wow, it has been close throughout the season. You can see 12 wins versus Ferrari's 9. You can see everyone else basically has 0, so it's really just been a battle between them. Over 400 points separates them from 3rd place Mercedes, so they've just been dominating the whole season. You can see that we're in 7th, only 7 points behind AlphaTauri, so we might have a shot to get them in the final race of the season. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen is leading by 20 points, so he's probably going to get the title here in Abu Dhabi. And you can see that we're currently 11th and 12th in the Drivers' Championship. Only 8 points behind Ocon, though, so we might be able to get 10th if we get a really good result here in Abu Dhabi. But you can see Lando Norris has 3 times as many points as Ricciardo, so definitely overperforming, or definitely being the team leader for sure. Heading over to the drivers, you can see if we just compare their rating, you can see they're pretty close, 86 to 84. Looking at their contract, they're pretty even in terms of salary. However, Ricciardo only has 1 year left, so we might sack him soon and get a new driver for next year or the year after. Now let's head over to our car performance. And as you saw, Red Bull was leading the constructors by like 6 points. So let's compare our car against theirs. And looking at our top speed and acceleration, we're only about a kilometer off in terms of performance, and that's the same thing for DRS. So top speed and acceleration, pretty close, but where we really lose time is in our dirty air cornering. You can see we're 10% off in terms of low speed and medium speed and high speed, and we also are way behind in terms of cooling. So those are areas we definitely need to improve. And in terms of cornering itself, we're not too far behind, but more about dirty air is where we lose off. Now let's head over to the inbox where we can look at most of the regulation proposals for next year. So there's 3 proposals, one technical, one sporting, and one financial. This first one was about changes for downforce for next season. So one proposal was suggesting reducing downforce in the low-speed corners, and the other was towards the high-speed corners. And after all the teams voted, we can see that more people voted on the low-speed changes. So we're going to be expecting a lot more downforce reduction for low speed corners. The next proposal was towards wind tunnel testing. So you can see currently the first place only gets 56 hours of wind tunnel testing, but the 10th place team gets 92, and you can see also a lot more time in the simulator as well. And this proposal was suggesting that everyone gets 72 hours, basically making it even for everyone to get equality throughout the sport. But the problem is 10th place, by having more hours, it allows itself to try to get itself higher throughout the field. So I think this staggered order of wind tunnel testing is actually better. And after voting, you can see more people voted against it. So we'll continue to have that staggered proposal rather than everyone being the same amount of wind tunnel testing. Finally, there was a financial proposal, which was about the prize money at the end of the year. You can see the current prize money in this first column, and the proposal was that the top 4 teams for next season are going to get a bigger chunk of the prize money, and then 5th on back are basically going to get a decrease in amount. And so if we continue to finish 6th or 7th, you can see that next season we'll get $4 million less, or $3 million in prize money. But if we finish 4th or higher, we'll get, I don't know, 3 to, I don't know, $6 million more in prize money. So it kind of incentivizes people finishing higher to get more money, and you can see more people voted on this change. So we will expect this change for next year. So at least if we do get first place, we'll get more than we would have with this change, but we definitely need to make some big changes for next year. But now let's head on to what our changes have been. We have done a lot of research for next season. Even though we haven't done a lot of improvements for this season, we've really been focusing on next season, and that's been through in all these areas. So 3% increase in terms of chassis, engine cooling, drag reduction, and airflow. In terms of the front wing, we've also increased 3% in terms of cooling and airflow, and you can see it downforce we've increased a little, but you can see all these regulation changes more towards the downforce reduction for low-speed corners, as you previously saw in the proposal. So we're really going to struggle. You can see we have improved this, but not as much as those changes are going to have. Similar story here for rear wing. We've decreased the drag reduction, and we also increased the airflow, but the regulation changes are going to hurt us a bit here. Side pods, again, increasing by 3% in airflow and engine cooling, and around 2% for underflow and 2% airflow. And finally, suspension, 5% change in drag reduction and brake cooling, and 5% or so in airflow. So definitely a lot of big changes we've been working on for next season. And so I think through all those research development that we've been working on, even though we haven't been able to reach our objective of 5th place in the team's standings in the constructors, I think that for next year we'll have a lot of hope to do much better. So that's basically a performance review of how our team's been doing over the season. So let's hope that we can maybe manage to get 6th place as we go into Abu Dhabi here, and we might even be able to get 10th place with Lando if he gets a really good result against Ocon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. You can see we still have $10 million in the bank, so if we get a big purse from the cash prize from the constructors, hopefully you'll be able to invest even more for next season. So yeah, I think that's just about it. That kind of shows you what we've been working on and our progress for next year and how our performance has been. So hope to see you guys next year for our 2nd season team performance evaluation, summarization, whatever you want to call this. But yeah, that's our performance after the 1st season. So anyways, thanks for watching, and see you next time.